Hi, I'm Beth Stevenson. Welcome to Living Large on Little, where you learn to live well while saving time and money. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a gourmet jam that is super easy and quick. And after we make it, we'll put it in jars, seal it up so that it will last a long time on your shelf, or wait for Christmas to be given as a gift. It's really fun. It's really easy. Let's get started. Okay, I think that this is ready to go. I've added a few pink berries just for color. They're not going to add too much flavor because I didn't add enough of them. This is about the right consistency. You can see it's about the consistency of a thick soup. You can see there are a few chunks of fruit in there. There are skins. If I find a seed, that's a little piece of stem that I want to pull out. If I find any seeds in there, I'll pull them out as we go. All right, now we're going to take this puree fruit, and we're going to measure according to the instructions that come in the box of pectin. This time I'm using Sure Gel, but I use Certo. I use whatever brand happens to be the least expensive when I'm shopping. You find this in the canning aisle of Walmart or wherever you happen to be shopping. The box comes with instructions for cooked jam or cooked jellies or freezer jam or freezer jellies, but this is going to be a cooked jam. So today, since we're making plum jam, the recipe calls for 6 cups of the fruit puree and 8 cups of sugar. But I happen to know that plums have so much pectin, which you add the pectin to make the jam get thick, that you don't need to use quite so much pectin in the recipe. So I'm going to add half again as much fruit and sugar, half again as much sugar also, to this recipe. So that is 8 cups. I'm going to put it in my pot. And since it calls for 6 cups, I need 1 more cup. And that actually is too large of a measurement, so I will use this measuring cup to get that last cup measured. There it is right there. So 9 cups of fruit, and at this stage we add the pectin. It's just a powder. It is itself quite tart. This puree is going to be way too tart to enjoy plain. It's quite tart. And now I'm going to stir it up. All right, now I am going to stir this jam, this puree with the pectin added for about 5 minutes on high heat until it comes to a full rolling boil. I have pre-measured my sugar so that it is ready to just dump in all at once. So this recipe is 9 cups of the plum and a little bit of berry puree. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of vanilla. This is La Vencedora vanilla, and it is something I buy online. It costs about $15 a liter, and it's nice, rich, yummy vanilla. So that's a 1 liter bottle. So I'm going to keep stirring this until it's time to add the sugar, and that will be when it's boiling hard. Okay, it's just right. Ready to add the sugar. You can see it's boiling generally. Rest this over here and just dump the sugar in all at once. So now there is the fruit puree, vanilla, and the pectin are in this pot. I use this great big pot because it's going to boil up and be even fuller once it's boiling again. Now I'm going to, once I get the sugar stirred in, I'm going to bring it back to a full rolling boil, and then I'm going to cook it for 4 minutes at the full rolling boil. I'm not going to stop stirring it, so that's going to be a total of probably 7 or 8 minutes total of stirring until the jam is done cooking. So I will show you when it gets to the full boil again. It'll take a minute though, because we added all that sugar that will have cooled it down. All right, we're ready to ladle this into the jars now. I'm using regular mason jars. I'm using different sizes because I'm going to use this jam for different purposes. This will be for just what we eat in our home, and then these smaller ones will be for gifts to give away at Christmas time. You can buy jars at Walmart or at the grocery store. The jars, when you buy them, the mason jars, come with a 2-part lid in the box. It's this little disc and the ring. Or if you're reusing mason jars, you can buy just the lids in the canning section. These are regular size, and these are the wide mouth. So we're using an assortment. It doesn't really matter what size of a container you put your jam into. It's going to be just fine either way. So these jars are very clean, and I'm using this canning ladle. If you don't have one, you can just be real careful to wipe the rim after you have served up your jam into the bottle. So you ladle it up, and I do not process jam in a canner, because the jam is going into the jar so hot that it will seal without needing to be canned. I'm going to check this rim. It's nice and clean and dry. I'm going to put the lid on, tighten it down, and then I'm going to use a hot pad because the jam is very hot. But the lid is tight on there. Flip it upside down and let it sit upside down for about an hour. And then I'll flip it upright and shake the jam down. It'll be cool enough then that it will have started to set. And there was a little bit left over for us to try. So I'm going to put some on this little piece of bread and give it a shot. Oh, it's very, very flavorful. It's really good. I recommend mix and match your fruits, add spices, add vanilla, and you get something that is really special, something you can't buy in the grocery store. And it's fantastic. If you would like to share or to subscribe, that would be delightful. Thank you for watching.